I want my man to be obsessed with me. Do you? Do you really? Hey y'all, welcome back. If it's your first time here, my name is Ash, and if you're returning, welcome back y'all. So this is a sit down chit chat. I just got home. I've been running around. I want to first show y'all the hair because I know y'all are going to be like, hello. So I got a little island twist boho moment, but I did light boho. And I kind of came up with this on my own because I hadn't seen anyone with the twist that went into twists. They kind of do like the braids that go into twists, and I just wanted to be just twisty. So anyways, girl, can we talk? So I don't know what's all going to be covered in this video, but I know for sure we're going to talk. Okay, I want to talk about when you prayed for a clingy man, what comes with that? Like for real. Okay, because I definitely have prayed for a man that was obsessed with me. And the power of the tongue is so real, y'all. It's so real. You gotta be so specific when you're asking for things to come into your aura. But it's all about trial and error. One thing I can say is when I dealt with a man that was quote unquote obsessed with me, it's hard when you have that clingy man, but when they don't want to be bothered, we don't talk about the feelings of rejection that you get, because when someone gives you so much of themselves, like you feel like you're just like on top of the world, like you can do no wrong. Like how this man feeds me every day with affirmations telling me I am that girl. And so we got to talk about what happens when you kind of start really showing up as that girl. Like you showed up as that girl before, but you really showing up as that girl, because not only are you that girl, but then you have a partner that affirms you and tells everybody that you're that girl. We don't talk about what that comes with, okay, and how that's not really healthy. Okay, so I had to learn. I don't want a man that's obsessed with me, per se, but I want someone who is devoted to me. When that man doesn't want to be bothered, because every human is it's hard when you're programmed to feel like, girl, you can do no wrong. He's obsessed with you. He only looks at you. He only thinks about you. But when that man or that person starts to behave like a normal human being, because there are some normal human things that just happen, what that kind of feels like. And there's a feeling of rejection that is associated or was associated with that for me. When it's like they're not really rejecting you, they're just not maybe as obsessed with you as you thought they were. Maybe they're just, enamored by you at the thought of being with someone like you. And if you're a beautiful woman, like that can be a dangerous thing. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it can be dangerous for you. You just have to really know who you are, and it's very difficult when you present as a beautiful person, but by society standards, but also when you have a beautiful aura. Those two things don't necessarily always marry and get along with one another, if you know what I mean. And we can definitely dig into that at another time, I feel like, because that's a whole separate thing that I'm actually still trying to unpack. I don't ever want it to come off as though I don't recognize what comes along with pretty privilege, because I definitely do. Even though I myself am not accepted by every single type of person on this planet, I have been given preferential treatment by people just because of the way that I carry myself, the way that I present. And I know that I've been taught to do that from a young girl. Now that doesn't work for everybody, because there are some people that actually hate you because of those things. So, and I wrote down self-esteem. Like, it kind of can trigger your self-esteem at times, because it's like you know who you are or whatever, but you also know that you have shortcomings and faults, and you're not perfect. And so you get to a point where you're like, why are you really this obsessed with me? Like, for real. Is it just a physical thing? Because you would be surprised at what people put up with, or how much you can get away with, so to speak, just because people like to be around pretty people, attractive people, people that are accepted by a lot of people, and people that make other people look good. And people don't necessarily want to take the time to dig in, and they kind of just dismiss all the other things that may come along with you just because you present as this. And this can apply to people who are, you got a really chill personality, so people think they can freaking start ice skating. People, you know, you might be very quiet or meek and mild, or you may be very loud and extroverted. So maybe in the times that you want to be more introverted, people take that personally. Like, there's so many facets to this conversation, but for this particular conversation, I really wanted to touch on because I know a lot of women I want my man to be obsessed with me. Do you? Do you really? Because obsession is not a safe place. And I have learned that I don't need to, like, why am I seeking someone who's obsessed with me in the first place? See, I didn't know that. See, you just keep learning and learning and learning. But I did not know that until I was in a situation where I'm like, you know what? I can really say anything out of my mouth right now, or every single thing that I say is being misconstrued, because when you look at me, you don't think that I'm supposed to respond this way, or you don't think I'm supposed to know what I know, or be spiritually inclined, or be in tuned, or it's just such a, I don't know, I've been using the word isolating a lot lately. I guess it is kind of isolating, because you get to a point where you're like, am I that? Like, I'm not mad at the quirky parts of me. I'm not mad at the artsy fartsy parts of me. And like I said, being beautiful is a gift and a curse. You know, it's a gift and a curse, and it's something that I feel like I will forever be trying to navigate. You know, if you can resonate with this, like my body type, it's not, I think we've talked about this before, like I support everyone and what they want to do, but I just pray that we're making decisions because we truly want it in our hearts. Because as a person who has walked around looking like this, being shapely like this, people really don't, they just be like, but they don't really give a fuck what you talking about, if that makes sense. I know people have dealt with this. There's a thing with long hair. That's why some people go and chop all their hair off, because people have become so obsessed with the hair that is on someone else's body. Like when I had chopped all my hair off and I did the Amber Rose baldy, that was the most freeing and sexy that I've felt any other way that I've had my hair, because there's just this attachment to long hair. There's this attachment to light skin, and then the reverse of that, I've heard there is a reverse colorism where darker skinned men will be fetishized after. Like, there's just so many, like, I'm trying to pull out, because I don't want to be sitting here like, oh, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful. No, I look good right now. But, you know, just because I beat my face. But I think I'm a beautiful person. I do. I have my days, but I do. I see people that are more beautiful than I am. I see people that are in better shape than me. So it's never just like, oh, no, it's not that, guys. It's just, it's something that people just don't like to talk about, but it is a thing. And so I don't know if any of you can relate, or what you've dealt with. Tell me what you've dealt with that you feel like people have become way too freakishly attached to it, and it's on you. It's you, it's not them. And it gives people a sense of validation, or a sense of like, oh, you know, I got this and I can, you know, like, it's like, yeah, but you don't even value me like that. You don't even, I'm talking to you and you just, like, don't do that, because it's not real. And then people, like with me in the past, people have really felt like they could get away with certain things because of how they looked. With me, little do you know, I am very much a sapiosexual. It's all about what's up in here, and you could try to like fake it and read a little something and then regurgitate it back to me, but you know when somebody is being genuine and authentic. And it's just like, once you are conscious of certain things, you just can't unsee it, you can't unknow it. You know, you know what it is. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. And the last part of that I just saw it in my notes is the high sexual energy that comes with these people that are obsessed with you or being with you, or like when you're someone who has like this aura, and when people get you in their grasp, they become hyper sexually attracted to you, almost like it's a shell of you, and they just wanna, and it's just like, I have already had that phase of life. I am also very in tune with what I like sexually. So it's gonna have to be two things at the same time that are true. But if I'm not in a certain headspace and I don't feel a certain safety connection, like if I don't feel like you truly see me on a certain level, that is out the window. And especially if I feel like you just want to always be like doing it and stuff, I'm like, you wasn't getting this much ass but like when you was out here trying to find a woman. Like, I've never subscribed to the idea, and I've definitely had disagreements with women on this. I've never subscribed to the idea that because I am a woman and because I have a man, that he has to, every single time he wants it, get that from me. I'm sorry. I get it. I know what people say. I know that they say, if you don't give it to him, he'll get it somewhere. Do it. Do it, baby. If I find out, your ass is grass. But it's just like, it's just not there for me. So I want you guys to chime in down below and tell me if you like, are you feeling me on that? Is there anything that you've ever been through where you felt like someone was just obsessed with you, what you could do for them, how you made them feel, the idea of you but not all of you? Like, just let me know. And until next time, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.